Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy DLloyd. So EA Sports has released some new Madden NFL 17 information on their blog last night, and I'm going to be talking about it here in this video. Now I'm going to be trying to make it as quick as possible while still hitting the main points, because this was a busy day for EA Sports and the Madden series. They released a lot of information. I'm going to be breaking it down into multiple videos, so I don't know which video you're watching first, but that is what I'm doing for a lot of these blogs and a lot of these information. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about in this specific video is special teams. Then I'm going to talk about the catch outcomes, and then the ball physics, which they all talked about in their blog. I'm going to also be posting the actual link to the blog in the description below, so you can go ahead and read with me there, or you can go ahead and check it out for yourself. So the first thing they talked about in this blog is special teams. So you know, in the last video I talked about how they overhauled special teams, but they finally talked about it a little bit, and they also talked about their new kicking meters. So they pretty much came out and admitted they haven't really worked on special teams in years, and it was pretty much automatic. You know, you just flick the stick down, flicked it up, and it was an automatic pretty much make. It was it was extremely rare that you would miss field goals in Madden. They changed all that, so they went to a sort of a 3-click system, something you would see in their golf games or even in like MLB The Show if you use the meter pitching. That is pretty much what they went to this time around. So it's going to be a 3-click system, and a lot of this is going to be based off of the player rating. So the harder you kick the ball, the less of a chance it is to be accurate with the kick as well. They also added strategic kicks for strategy football or situational football. They have sky punts. They also have backspin punts as well. If you're trying to pin your opponent inside of the 20-yard line, that will help out a lot. They also talked about some trick plays that they added as well. Now, trick plays has always been in Madden. Wasn't really the most effective thing in the world. They can be used only really if your opponent is in a punt block situation, and they pretty much added more trick plays to it. Now, they did say it's still pretty much only going to work if they're in an all-out block formation, but they did add more trick plays as well. I will have to see these in person to see if these actually work. And now they also talked about being able to actually block kicks. So this year, when you're actually lined up to block a field goal or to block a punt, the players that actually affect whether or not you're able to actually block it will be indicated with a B top of their head. So you will know what players you need to actually use if you're trying to block a kick. So this time, blocking a kick is basically based off of you being able to jump the snap. If you can time that snap properly, able to jump that, you will get a bonus towards doing it. And also being able to steer the blocks when you're engaged with the blocker, that will also give you an opportunity to try to block the kick as well. Like I said, a lot of these things I will actually have to see it in person or see actual gameplay of it to see 100% how it works and if I truly like it or not. But the idea is there. I'm definitely rocking with it so far. Another thing they talked about was the catches, and specifically the catches in multiplayer. So a lot of you guys complained last year about the aggressive catching. I complained about it a little bit as well. Definitely overpowered, and they turned that down a lot. That's one of the main points they wanted to talk about. They also added a swap mechanic as well for the defense to be able to counteract that, and then on top of that, they give you a bonus if you manually use the defender. So if they throw the ball and you manually switch over to the cornerback or the safety, you have a better chance of trying to knock the ball loose or trying to intercept the football. Now, the aggressive catches and like the special one-handed catches and things like that have also been turned down, and they only happen according to your catching ability and the catching rating. So players like Odell Beckham, Julio Jones, Antonio Brown, Dez Bryant, those are going to be really your only players that's going to be snagging these one-handed grabs, those spectacular catches. And if you don't have that high rating, you're not even going to be able to pull a lot of those catches off. So that will, you know, even the playing field a little bit, because before you could get pretty much anybody and they'll be able to make a one-handed grab if they have the aggressive catch trait, and that is no longer going to happen. Now, another thing that they talked about as well is that with the new ball physics, it's going to change pretty much the game in terms of throwing the ball and, you know, coming up with interceptions, all that good stuff. So they've tried to put ball physics into the game over the last couple of years. It's been a slow iteration of it, but this year they're finally able to get the ball's physics 100% into the Ignite physics engine, which is what the game is ran off of. So the ball is 100% independent now, and it's way different. So no longer are the days where you catch the ball and as soon as you catch it, that ball is pretty much stuck to your hands unless they give you a special animation for it. Those days are now over with. So if you're trying to catch the football and the defender collides with the ball during the catch, they try to knock it down during the catch, pretty much as long as they make contact with the ball during the catch, there is a chance that the ball could organically be knocked out. So no more is it dependent upon the animation, and you know, it just makes it a lot easier if you're on defense, especially if someone's just trying to thread the rock and they're pretty much trying to go possession catch after possession catch, or even the aggressive catches. You have another opportunity to try to knock the ball loose. No longer are you going to see them catching the ball through players' bodies. Everything is independent of the football. So the football is all by himself in terms of his physics. So pretty much anything can happen. So that is definitely something that is new, and it's definitely something I cannot wait for, you know, to get my actual hands on. I think it's definitely going to be dope. You know, definitely change the game a lot. Make defense a little bit more fun as well. They went over block kicks again. We kind of already talked about that. You're able to block kicks. Really not too much else to say about it, but you're able to block kicks. They also adjust the onside kick. So once again, you're finally able to actually aim your onside kick. I don't know how long that's been out of the game, but they have changed it. You can finally aim the onside kicks again. And then with the ball physics, it's a better chance that you can actually recover your onside kick. You never know what's actually going to happen because once again, the football has its own physics system, and you never know who's going to bounce off of or who's going to be able to get it. That also leads into the next thing that they talked about, was football recovery and loose ball recovery. So players now have new animations dedicated just to recovering loose footballs. That is definitely something that is needed, because we all know when that football is loose and you got players running past the ball, diving past the ball, just looking stupid trying to get the ball. They have new animations dedicated just to that fact. Players also are going to react faster, and they're also going to react smarter in terms of trying to actually recover the football. So that is definitely something that is going to be interesting as well. Now, the last thing they talked about in this specific blog, and the last thing I will cover in this video, is throwing out of a sack. Now, it was theoretically possible before to throw out of a sack. Now, in order to throw the football while you're trying to get sacked, you had to initiate the throw animation before you actually got sacked or started the animation to get sacked, and then from there the football will either fly down, fly in the air, or they'll just drop the football. Now you are actually able to throw the football out of the sack once the animation has started. Also, something that has changed a little bit as well is they added way more strip sacks as well, strip sack animations. So if you're throwing the football, if your arm is moving forward, it's going to result in an incomplete pass. If your arm is not moving forward, it will result in a fumble. They have more organic throws out of the sack if you get hit. So the football might not just fall straight down. It'll probably still move forward, might be a little wobbly. I'm not 100% sure how it'll end up being in game, but that is something that they talked about. And then they also stressed the importance of trying to get the football out more quickly, especially when you're under pressure. So a lot of stuff here that EA covered in this blog. Definitely going to be interesting. You guys already know I'm still waiting on that franchise news to come out, but the gameplay definitely looks like it's going to take a step up this year. They actually worked on it a lot. This might be one of the best Maddens ever. Madden 16 was one of the best Maddens in a long time as well, so definitely a lot of interesting stuff. But that's all I have for this video. Let me know what you guys think of all the stuff I covered today in terms of special teams, the ball physics, and them tuning down the catching animations a little bit. Let me know in the comment section below how you feel about all of these things. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I think this Madden is going to be a lot more balanced in terms of offense and defense. It's going to be a lot more fun to play. But let me know in the comment section below. It's your boy DLloyd. I'm going to see y'all next time. Peace.